Tiff, order us a pizza and send the bill to share.
Hey, you cheap bitch! You pay for the pizza! Tiff! How does pizza happen? Hello, spooky friends! I'm your special guest host, Cher! Just kidding, it's your host, DJ, here with my co-host.
Wow, that was so convincing.
Les enfants, je suis arrive. It's me, Cher.
And your co-host, Paul, as usual.
Or Kathy Griffin.
Oh, yep, Kathy Griffin.
The world is not ready.
Right.
The world is not ready.
For those who don't know, that's one of Kathy Griffin's most iconic lines from one of her stand-up specials. Well, iconic stories, but we stan Kathy Griffin.
I'm sorry. Just let me. How does pizza happen?
It's fine. This is a Kathy Griffin stan account. Stan podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm losing it.
Well, DJ gets it together. I'll take it from here. Paul, how was your week? Well, DJ.
Wait, I have an honest to God question. Why am I always asking you how your week is first? Why do you never ask me first?
That's just how it started, and that's just what we've been doing, you know?
Okay, Paul, how's your week? I'm gonna make a really good sub for somebody someday.
Like a submissive?
No, like a sub from Subway, Paul.
Bitch. Wait, are you being serious about the sandwich?
We can get Subway after this.
No, I don't want Subway. Gosh. But my week has been cool. I've been watching that new Avatar remake on Netflix, and it's actually really good. It's a lot better than the M. Night Shyamalan one. It's really good. I almost cried in the beginning, because in the beginning it shows where the firebenders came in and actually kill the airbending children. It's a lot more intense than the Nickelodeon version. It's really good. So if you're into anime and Avatar,
yeah, Netflix was like, let's make something for the kids who watched it when it came out, but for the fucked up adults that they have become.
Exactly. It's definitely a more adult version, and it was so good. Also, this week, Olivia Rodrigo started her world tour, and it's everything. There's one point in the show where she, puts the microphone, away, and she brings out a megaphone, and she starts singing into the megaphone. And honestly, iconic, legendary. I haven't seen that done on stage before by any artist. Honestly, Olivia Rodrigo is that girl, and she's the next it girl, and I stand by that.
Do you want to talk about your hot gal of the month before I talk?
We can move right into Tara Yummy.
Yum yum.
So what I found interesting about Tara Yummy is I was doing some research, right? And she actually didn't start off as getting famous on YouTube, right? She had a following before that, and she got her following on Instagram, right?
Makes sense.
So, and I find it interesting how people gain followings on Instagram. Maybe it's just like me, because I've never had a following on Instagram. I've always done better on all the other social media platforms. So I think it's interesting how people become Instagram influencers not being on other platforms. How do you find people? Do people actually use their explore page on Instagram? I don't know. But also I've been embracing the yummy mindset. There is a quote by Tara Yummy. She goes, "I don't believe in ghosts, but I ghosted a guy in high school once." And you know what? Iconic. What a legend. Honestly, she's just that girl.
You have shown me a number of videos where she's gone on, one where she went on a ghost hunt, and she was the most scared one in that group.
It's funny because most people who don't believe in ghosts, they're the ones who are the most scared.
This is true.
They're the ones who's most... Where us believers, we go and we're like, yeah, okay. It's the people who don't believe that get the most scared on those things. But
Say true.
Also,
Say true.
Before we end on Tara Yummy for the week, she's not a pick-me, so you guys can eat it. She's an icon. And she's cute. She's an icon, and she's not a pick-me, and we'll pick up next week.
DJ, how was your week?
No one cares. Just kidding. How was your week, DJ?
I was going to talk about something I can't remember what it is now.
I can talk about Tara Yummy more.
No. I'm just gonna riff. Oh, I remember. I went to a disco last night.
Oh, how was the disco?
It was really fun. It was called the Gimme Gimme Disco. Lots of ABBA music, lots of 70s music and 80s music with some modern stuff in it. It was just like really fun. If you're familiar with Pittsburgh or in Pittsburgh, it was at the Roxy Theater in McKees Rocks.
Mm-hmm.
And I am determined that one day we will do a live show there.
Heck yeah.
It's like this old theater, and it's like, yes, like
I'm there for it. Let's do it.
I want to get like big, comfy, like big leather armchairs, you know, like in the movies, like when there's like the creepy story and it's the guy in the leather chair in front of the fireplace, like those kind of chairs.
Yes, we're gonna come out in full drag and we're gonna look so... If we do drag, I feel like there's some shows we'll do drag and then some shows will just be boy.
Yeah.
And you best believe if I'm in drag, I'm doing a number. I'll twirl for the dolls. I'll give them the kicks, the splits, the flips, whatever y'all want to see.
Hey, I know you all just paid $50 to get in here, but throw dollar bills at me.
Yes. Well, honestly, don't tip me. If you already paid money to be in there just to see me, don't tip me, okay?
Don't tell the rude girls you said that.
Unless you just give me your tip later.
Just the tip?
Ooh, sometimes I prefer just the tip.
But
we're putting it into the universe that we're going to be at the Roxanne Theater in the future. It's happening. We're putting it into the universe.
To get past that, sometimes I like just the tip thing. I want to drink.
All right, let's get into it. What are we drinking today?
We are drinking a 14 Hands Winery Merlot Vintage 2021. Like the untamed horses of the Columbia Valley that stood a modest 14 hands in height, our wild and wonderful wine packs a lot of character into a mere 750 milliliter bottle. It has a flavor profile of balanced with rich flavors and aromas of blackberry, plum, cherry, and mocha.
Ooh, this one's for all you horse girls out there.
Nay!
50 Shades of Grey? More like 50 Shades of Nay. It's about bestiality.
The fact that I do enjoy horseback riding, and if I had more time and money to do it, I would be a horse girl, and I made direct eye contact with you. I just went, nay.
That's some new DJ lore that I was not aware of. But okay, pop off.
That I'm a closet horse girl.
DJ's a closet horse girl.
Well, I just came out.
Ooh.
You outed me, Paul. You bitch.
We're outing people on the pod in 2024. Weak. That was a weak one.
I don't know. It could have sounded good on the thing.
Who knows? She smells pretty good. This is gonna be
Really?
promising. Okay, this is promising. Pop off.
She's nice. I like a Merlot.
That's nice. That has a little burn to it. I like it.
Burn? I didn't get any burn. Okay, a little burn.
Yeah, I like a little burn to my wine. I'm here for that. I give that another. This one gets 5 grapes,
You know
too.
what? I think it's the, Oh, yeah, our new rating scale. Paul, out of how many grapes do you give this wine?
5 grapes. I'm here for it.
5. I feel like that's going to be a running joke of, like, almost every single one is going to be 5 just because we do like wine.
Yeah.
And then there will just occasionally be that one where it's just like, this is kind of the zombie wine.
Yeah, that zombie wine was rough. But this wine's really good. That would be good.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that I got a very special review last night.
Oh, a review of what?
Our podcast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This came from my father. He finally listened to the podcast. He listened to zombies, which are his favorite. And he said that he was very proud of what I'm doing with this podcast.
Aw, that's so sweet. That's so nice.
He didn't mention you, sorry.
That's fine.
But anyways, you know you're always number 1 in my heart.
Aw, and you're always number 3. Right
On that
behind
note,
Colby and Jake.
Let me tell you a story, Paul. You're on a hunting trip Oh, I should have done woodsy noises for this, like I did the ancient Egyptian noises.
I can just do it in the background and be
No.
like, call, call.
No, we'll forgo.
Hide the moonshine.
I'll forgo the pleasure.
I've never forgone pleasure in my life, honey.
No, it's like one of those backhanded things, like whenever like somebody's like, oh, like I'll help you. Like I said it once to somebody who asked me out on a date. Like he was like, let me take you to dinner, and I was like, I'll forgo the pleasure.
It's like thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, but bitchier.
Mm-hmm.
You're on a hunting trip. Your dad and older brother were being annoying, so you decided to hang back a bit and put some distance between you. You didn't want to actually shoot anything anyways. Suddenly you realize you're alone. You lost your dad and brother, but as that sinks in and your panic rises, you realize you're not actually alone. You can feel someone, something watching you. Your eyes scan the trees ahead of you, and then you hear a hiss from behind you to see that you're face to face with something that can only be described as the devil itself, right here in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. Today we're discussing the Jersey Devil.
Oh my gosh, that's so... Yeah, I love the Jersey Devil.
You also knew this because when you offered to buy the wine, I said I need something either with devils or horses.
Well, damn, DJ. I was doing my best to act surprised for the pod. You ruined it.
I know.
Ruined it.
But we've never faked it on the pod. We've never faked it before.
That's true. I mean, and we have had experience faking it.
I don't want you to fake for me.
Oh my god. But I feel like the Jersey Devil is just like a classic topic. I feel like if you have any interest in cryptids or the paranormal at all...
Oh, it is a classic. And now, Paul, I should have warned you. I left the notes a little light, so I do expect you to chime in.
Oh, well, I've seen plenty of documentaries.
Perfect.
Lord knows there's like 72 of them about the Jersey Devil.
Perfect. So, our story begins in 1735 in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. That's in southern New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry, sometimes I forget New Jersey just isn't a city and it's a whole state.
There's not even a city called New Jersey. There's Jersey City.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know.
Sometimes I forget that New York is a state as well as a city.
Yeah, it's very that. Like, whenever you say New York, you're like, okay, New York City. No one's like, oh, New York State.
Oh, I did that to somebody. I forget who it was, but I was like, oh, what are you doing this week? And they were like, oh, I'm going to New York. And I said, I love New York. Walks around Central Park, the theater district, Times Square. It's my favorite place in the world. And he just gave me this horrible look and goes, I'm going to the Catskills.
The Catskills?
Yeah, that's like a mountain range that in New York that people go to for weekends.
Oh, okay, fun, cute.
And I was like, oh, sorry. Anyways, we're not in New York. We're just across the river in New Jersey. And there was a family named the Leeds family who were a prominent family in southern colonial New Jersey. They were royal survivors and loyalists to the British Crown during the American Revolution. Daniel Leeds was a publisher of almanacs and would eventually become a rival of fellow almanac publisher Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, okay. He had beef with the Franklin.
Yes, so southern New Jersey is the part of New Jersey that's closest to Philadelphia, which is where Ben Franklin wasn't from, but that's where he lived and did his almanacs.
Okay.
The rivalry continued and only intensified after Daniel's death when his son Titan took over the almanac business. At one point, Franklin jokingly published the predicted date of Titan's death based on astrology to boost his own sales.
And people say astrology ain't shit. Wake up, sheeple!
Benjamin Franklin was like, it's not shit, but this is funny. Titan was furious and wrote an article in the newspaper condemning Franklin for his ill-humored joke and calling him a fool and a liar. Franklin, however, wrote another article in response, mocking Leeds' outrage and positing that Leeds was writing as a ghost who was coming back to torment him. Franklin would continue to refer to Titan Leeds as the Ghost for years to come, even after Titan's actual death in 1738.
Oh, jeez. I mean...
I love that story.
At that point, he is a ghost, so what can you do?
Eventually, like, when I kick you off the podcast, I'm just be like, Paul died. Don't pay attention to social media. It's actually his ghost.
Oh my god. So when are you kicking me off the podcast?
I'm not. I'm just
Bitch,
saying,
we're gonna throw
this
hands.
is so iconic.
Yeah.
This is some iconic petty shit.
See, you like history petty shit. I like reality TV petty shit.
You can't say that this is... You have to admit that this is funny.
I don't even get the story, honestly. He's predicted his death.
And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So Benjamin Franklin was like, oh, Titan Leeds is going to die this Saturday.
Oh, and that's why he's calling him a ghost.
Yes, and then Titan Leeds said, you're a fool and a liar, you shouldn't joke about things like this. And Benjamin Franklin then wrote and said, don't pay attention to him, that's his ghost.
Okay, I get it now. Okay, it makes more sense, and it is funnier now that I get it.
Okay. Let's get away from Benjamin Franklin and get back to devils.
Period.
The matriarch, Mother Leeds, discovered that she was pregnant with her 13th child. Now, the story goes that...
Conspiracy theory, that's Taylor Swift's lucky number. That's Taylor Swift's next album, Jersey Devil. Wake up, sheeple. The Jersey
Stop,
Devil.
you gotta give me a warning, I'm choking.
Oh, I'm not messing around. That is Taylor Swift's lucky number. Ask anyone.
Oh my god.
I have another conspiracy theory real quick.
Okay.
The Jersey Devil is just the cast of Jersey Shore in a Bigfoot costume. Wake up, sheeple.
I do find Snooki pretty terrifying.
Hey, they take turns. They rotate them in and out.
If I had to choose, well...
They take turns.
I'll tell you this when we're not on air. I'll get canceled for what I was about to say.
And we would never say anything we would get canceled for. We are upright citizens, have never said anything wrong in our lives, and we are not cancelable.
So the story goes that she discovered that she was pregnant with her 13th child. Now, this is a ton of children, even for this time frame.
Mm-hmm.
And also the story goes that her husband was a drunkard who didn't help her with the 12 that they already had. So Mother Leeds, in a fit of frustration, cursed, "Let this child be the devil," and then thought nothing other than that, just continued living her life.
Mm-hmm.
Gestated. And then she went into labor on a stormy night. The labor was long and arduous and painful and lasted many hours as the storm raged on and Mother Leeds' screams filled the night. Finally, she gave birth to a beautiful, healthy baby boy.
And that baby boy grew up to be Kellyanne Conway.
I was gonna say don't. No, it's what's his name? Oh, Chris Christie.
Chris Christie.
Trump's little. Bridgegate. It's not a hoax.
Wake up, sheeple.
Although Bridgegate, I don't think that has anything on Beachgate. Did you ever hear about Beachgate?
I don't know what any of those are.
Okay, so Chris Christie was the governor of New Jersey, and he was also the first major U.S. politician to endorse Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And then Donald Trump, threw him out.
Okay.
But anyways, Chris Christie had a very, very scandalous tenure at, just political scandal after political scandal while he was governor.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that really did him in was, for some reason, 1 year over 4th of July, he had to declare a state of emergency and close the Jersey Shore over 4th of July weekend.
Oh no.
And then paparazzi spotted that him and his family were having a private beach day on a public beach, which he had shut down.
I think I remember that now.
And basically, I believe, now this was nearly a decade ago, but I'm pretty sure it came out that there was no state of emergency. He just wanted the beaches closed so that his family could go.
That's crazy.
So she gave birth to Chris Christie. But rather than cry, the baby let out a bellowing growl as it transformed into a hideous, devilish beast.
Kellyanne Conway.
Stop. It grew the head of a goat with horns, bat-like wings, the hooves of a horse, and a forked I said tongue, I meant tail.
Forked tail, okay.
The devil took in the scene around it before letting out a blood-curdling scream as it swatted its tail at those present, knocking them all over, maiming and killing some, and then fleeing up the chimney and flying into the pine barrens.
Spooky.
By the late 1700s, the Leeds devil had become a common piece of folklore in southern New Jersey and the region around the Pine Barrens. So at this point, it's like very much like... So there is an area by the Pine Barrens named Point Leeds after the family. And so historians don't know whether they were talking about the family or about the location. But like it was common folklore.
Okay.
And it was so common because there were a number of sightings.
Awesome. Yeah, let's hear about some of these sightings.
One of the first was seen by Commodore Stephen Decatur, who was a Commodore in the United States Navy. He was visiting the Hanover Mill Works to inspect the manufacture of cannonballs for the Navy. Whilst there, he spotted a large winged creature with the head of a goat and horse hooves. And the Navy hero was undaunted and decided that he was going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone by firing one of the new cannonballs at the creature, testing it out, and killing the creature in one swoop. However, this killed neither of the birds, as the creature lived, and the cannonball was inconclusive because it missed.
Dang. Rough.
Isn't that how it goes? Like, I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Can't even kill 1 bird.
That's just life, man. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it.
One of the most famous early sightings was that of Joseph Bonaparte. Yes, of that Bonaparte family, Paul. He was the older brother of Napoleon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Napoleon had brothers. That's crazy.
He did. He had a younger and older. Older was Joseph, younger was Jerome. And it's funny, both Joseph and Jerome had ties to America.
That is funny.
Jerome Bonaparte married an American woman. I forget her maiden name, but she was henceforth known as Betsy Bonaparte. Had a son, which they named Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
And then when his brother became emperor, he was like, yeah, you leave her, I'm going to marry you to a princess. As for Joseph, Joseph was the former king of Naples and of Spain. But he had fled to America after Napoleon's overthrow cost him his thrones, and settled on an estate in Bordentown, New Jersey. Whilst out hunting, the former king saw strange tracks in the snow, akin to those of a bipedal horse.
And, wait, isn't that bipedal?
Bipedal horse.
Wait, and that just means it's just walking on 2 legs.
Yes,
Okay.
which horses don't... I mean, they can go on 2 legs, but they don't really walk on 2 legs.
Right, exactly.
So he's like staring at them, trying to figure out what could make those. When... What?
Bipedal.
Leave me alone!
It's fine. We're fine. We're moving on.
You said something insulting about me earlier, and I can't remember now.
I forget too.
Yeah, because I wasn't actually insulted by it. It was just one of those things that I could have like thrown back at
probably
you.
the thing about where I said you're third in my heart.
No, it wasn't that.
Behind Colby.
I can't remember.
Colby takes up 2 places.
What
God, if I ever meet one of them, they're not going to talk to
start
me.
Salivating.
No, they're not going to talk to me because they're going to think I'm a freak. They're not wrong. And I promise I'm not like that feral. I'm definitely playing it up.
Girl.
But they are.
As he stared, he heard a hissing from behind him and whipped around to find him face to face with the devil. The 2 stared at each other for a long moment, and Bonaparte was so terrified he forgot that he had a hunting rifle. Stop looking at the window.
Sorry, people walk by.
No, I'm like waiting to like see like this creature like...
Ew, it sounds like a pug. You know how pugs can't breathe? It sounds like that.
Wait, I can do the pug noise.
Is that also what you sound like in bed?
That's what I sound like after bed. No, I was trying to do from Jurassic Park when the raptors like on the like blowing steam on the window.
Yeah.
And that's when Joseph Bonaparte realized he was in Jurassic Park. Dun 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 dun.
I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Period.
But anyways, he had this rifle and he was so terrified he forgot to fire the rifle. The devil hissed at him once more, then beat its wing and flew away.
I guess you could say he was shooting blanks.
You could also say that the devil beat off.
Oh yeah, I've been beat off by a few devils.
Anyways, the next day, the former king told a friend about it and learned that he had had an audience with the infamous Jersey Devil. In 1840 and 1841, the creature is blamed for mysterious livestock killings.
I think I've heard those stories, yeah. They talk about that a lot on the documentaries.
And I'm sure they definitely talked about the wave of 1909.
Ooh.
So this was a wave in January 1909 when southern New Jersey and the Philadelphia area were plagued by sightings. It began with the strange tack spotted all over the area, in yards, on roofs, going under fences, going up hills. They were everywhere. Panic reigned. Mills in the Pine Barrens closed because workers would refuse to come to work.
Real? It was that real? That's crazy.
Schools closed, and those that didn't close had super low attendance because parents didn't want to let their kids outside. Citizens formed vigilante hunting parties to track and kill the devil.
That's crazy.
I'm going to read you an article from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Well, this is part of an article.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of gives you a sense of the panic. One satisfactory report comes from Burlington. The devil stopped long enough in his wild career to kill a pet dog in the Riverside Kennels. The theory sent into the Inquirer by two women is not tenable. They assert that the devil rampant is only a typhoid fever germ, as he was couchant. If their theory is wrong, they are sure then that he is away from Central Africa, who has heard of the president's proposed trip and has just come over to surrender and get through the process of being slaughtered as soon as possible. Another correspondent of the Inquirer writes to say that he also saw a strange animal in the road. It barked. He sends a drawing of the animal, but as it would be telling to print it, the Inquirer abstains.
So it killed the dog?
It killed a dog.
That's sad. I don't
and
like
the president at this time was Teddy Roosevelt.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah, it would have been Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, it would have been he would have been former President Roosevelt at this point, who was a big game hunter.
Okay.
So one of the theories was that this was an African creature. It was very tongue-in-cheek, but it was an African creature come over to just get its slaughter over with.
Oh my god.
Because Teddy Roosevelt was going on a hunting trip to Africa.
Oh my god.
There were many sightings. There were sightings in Camden and Bristol where police fired at the devil to no effect.
Mm-hmm.
So they shot at it, the bullets did nothing.
Again, shooting blanks.
Twice it attacked trolleys.
Trolleys?
Trolleys.
Could you imagine? So that's probably like big groups of people seeing this thing.
Yes,
then.
but do you know what it also reminds me of? Mothman loving to attack cars.
Oh, that's true. So you think they might be related?
Somehow, some way, and actually in the Mothman prophecies, very early on in the book, John Keel writes about different myths of winged creatures. And one of the things he brings up is the Jersey Devil.
I mean, it wouldn't be that far-fetched. I mean, New Jersey isn't that far from West Virginia.
And actually, the Jersey Devil during this time was cited as far away as Western Maryland.
Hey.
Where you're from.
Yeah, that is where I'm from. Yeah. So it was not that far-fetched of a conspiracy.
Could have just been you in a bathing suit, but who knows?
Right. It was pretty scary.
I'm sorry, I had to do something there.
Don't trim my toenails, look like horse hooves.
Paul, did you manscape? Oh, don't worry, Paul just did manscape this month.
Oh my gosh.
A fire department spotted it and sprayed it with their hose before it attacked them before flying away. One woman, this is my favorite story. One woman went into her yard and saw it attempting to eat her dog, and she became so enraged she hit it with a broom until it flew away.
Not a broom.
Police can't get at this thing. Fire department can't get at this thing. Housewife with a broom.
That's wild.
You leave Fifi alone, you big nasty monster. You get back here.
It is very that.
I don't know what they called dogs in 1909, but I hope it was Fifi.
Fifi. That's cute. It would be a good name for like a Pomeranian.
I kind of imagine it wasn't very... I just imagine because it has really tiny arms, I imagine it holding this tiny dog just like over it, and that's when she hits it with the broom.
Very that.
But it's one of like those stupid dogs where it's just like they're like, it's a pug. It was a pug.
Oh my gosh.
The meme for this week just has to... It's just to be white with, in brackets, DJ making pug noises. With the soundbite of me doing it over top.
Oh my god.
That's the meme.
Cancelled. Done.
Sorry. The Philadelphia Zoo offered 10,000 doll hours for the capture of the devil. However, this led to many hoaxes. One of the most amusing was that of a kangaroo that was fitted up with papier-mâché wings and glued on claws.
Not the kangaroo.
My question is, where the fuck did the kangaroo come from? Because in 1909 New Jersey, a kangaroo seems to me more rare than a Jersey Devil.
Very that. They probably shipped it over.
I did read from somewhere that these people bought it off of a circus.
Oh, see, that makes sense then.
But I'm just like, what? What? Are you at the circus with your kid and you look at your friend like, huh, look at that thing. You think what I think? You think what I think?
Jersey Devil.
And actually, I think they killed it and stuffed it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually put in a museum for like 20 years before they finally said, yeah, that's not the Jersey Devil, that's a hoax.
Oh my gosh. That poor little kangaroo is just living its life.
Maybe the kangaroo died of natural causes and they bought the kangaroo corpse and dressed it up.
There we go. We'll go with that. Let's go with that.
But as quickly as it began, it all stopped. It only lasted 1 week, from January 16th to 23rd.
Only 1 week?
Only 1 week.
That's
and
crazy.
It was seen by thousands, I would say.
That's so weird. I wonder why that week, if it had any significance or something.
I don't know.
Who knows?
And I mean, no major disaster happened at the end of it like Mothman.
Right.
No other sighting would match the intensity of the 1909 sightings, but they did continue. In December 1925, a farmer in Greenwich County shot a creature that was killing his chickens. He claimed to have photographed the corpse and that 100 people couldn't identify it. But do you know what I say? Where's the receipts, George?
Right.
Where's the photograph? Let me identify it.
Exactly.
Also, it's 1925. Where are you getting a camera?
Yeah, bitch. What's going on? Wake up, sheeple. Wake up.
See, we don't need to cover conspiracy theories. We just come up with our own, and they're so unproblematic.
I don't know.
I mean, me saying, why does this dead farmer have a camera? Not very problematic.
The Jersey thing was a little problematic.
You can cut that out.
Oh, I'm going to leave it in. I stand by that.
In 1937, a creature with red eyes and wings was seen in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. In 1957, hunters spotted the devil in the Pine Barrens and later claimed to have come across its corpse. Once again, where are the receipts?
Receipts, proof, screenshots. I need it all.
Exactly. And also, your story's changing.
Right, like...
Did you see it or did you see its corpse?
Exactly.
Sorry, I was about to get really esoteric. Like, are we no longer ourselves when we're dead?
I don't know.
Anyways, in 1960s, tracks and noises were heard around Mays Landing, while in Camden, a reward was offered for its capture with plans for the community to build a private zoo to house it. This town literally was like, we got the blueprints, we've got the land, we're ready to start construction, somebody go get it.
I think it's nice they were going to build it a house.
Presenting, do you know what it sounds like? Presenting the Trump Zoo, featuring the Jersey Devil.
Where do you get that?
Just the fact that it's like so ridiculous and it's obviously gonna like go bankrupt.
Oh. honestly, if they got the Jersey Devil girl, that would do some good
It's
business.
a kangaroo. You know that orange motherfucker's gonna dress up a kangaroo in paper mache wings and say it's the Jersey Devil. You know, he might dress up Chris Christie.
Oh my god. Okay. Period.
Sorry, I'm laughing. I'm just imagining Chris Christie in a pink ballerina tutu and like fairy wings. The Jersey Devil.
You've got quite the imagination, DJ.
I don't know where it came from.
That's
but
my
okay.
new sleep paralysis demon.
Beachgate was a hoax.
Wake up, sheeple.
The Jersey Devil is just one of many folk stories from the Pine Barrens. Others include buried treasure of the famed pirate Captain Kidd, the benevolent ghost of an African-American doctor who is barred from practicing medicine and retreated into the Barrens to care for the isolated locals, who will come to the aid of those lost or injured. The golden-haired girl, which is the ghost of a woman in white who stares out to the sea, eternally waiting for her sailor lover to return. The black dog, which, unlike other black dog myths, is a happy ghost pupper.
Oh.
And the white stag, the spirit of a white male deer, so it has antlers, which will lead lost travelers to safety. Expecto Patronum!
Period. I've never seen that movie.
Harry Potter?
Oh. I thought you were referencing Legally Blonde.
I've watched that movie with you. Have I? I don't know. Anyways, some theories. Some people think that it stemmed from the political bashing of the Leeds family due to their loyalty to the crown, and partially arising from Franklin's ghost story and the family crest, which is a wyvern, which is a winged dragon.
Ooh, okay.
Which the Leeds family did put their crest on their almanacs. Another theory is that it's just a boogeyman story to prevent kids from going into the Barrens, where the locals, who are called Pineys, were looked down upon as being backwards.
Yeah.
Like mountain people in West Virginia.
Hey, those are my people, okay?
I didn't say they were backwards. I said they were looked down upon as being backwards.
Period. Alright.
Case of mass hysteria.
Wouldn't be surprised.
It also could be a boogeyman story because I have heard reports of the mob hiding dead bodies in the Pine Barrens.
Oh. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. So, Paul, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Oh, first of all, tell us what you know and think about the Jersey Devil.
Well, you basically said everything. There's a lot of sightings, but no bodies. And I would like a body, first of all.
I would like a body, too.
Yeah, I think it might be like an old wives' tale or something. But also, this is a Believers podcast. I do want to think that, like, oh, maybe it is out there. That would be cool. But, like, I don't think there's been a sighting for a long time, so maybe it's just
I'm sure somewhere, like, if I would have, like, dug through Reddit, I could have found something more recent.
Either way, we've moved on. Like, the Jersey Devil, it's a cute little fun story. And if she's out there, show yourself, girl.
Yeah, Jersey Devil. I knew Snooki once, too.
Right.
My brother...
Sorry, go ahead.
My brother was obsessed with Snooki when that came out. Like, when she released those stupid slippers.
I think she was the star of the show. She's the most iconic person from that show, in my opinion.
She was definitely the...
Like
biggest character.
Yeah, when you think Jersey Shore, you think Snooki. Like, get into it. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I need you to do Cher as the Jersey Devil.
Okay. I'm Cher. Okay, sorry, I had to like...
You gotta warm up. You gotta get into it.
Hey, it's me, Cher. I mean, the Jersey Devil.
I'm on the Jersey Turnpike, bitch.
Learn how to use a turn signal.
I'm in the woods, bitch. It's cold. My eyes.
What the fuck you doing to me? What the fuck you firing a cannon at me for? I'm so gonna take a dump on your car later.
I've got wings, bitch. Why is my Cher voice so bad?
I don't know.
I should be better.
So, wait, Cher. So you're Napoleon's brother? He may be shorter, but he had a bigger empire than you.
Period. That's...
Look a trolley. Do you believe in life after love? Guess not if you're all screaming.
Oh my god. What do you think of the Jersey Devil, DJ?
It's one of those things where I just love to believe it.
Same. It's like the same thing as Bigfoot. Like...
Don't you fuck with Bigfoot. Don't you fuck with Bigfoot. We know Bigfoot is real.
Yeah, I think I think Bigfoot's more believable than the Jersey Devil, but I put it in the same category because it's a classic cryptid.
Okay, yes. It's in that way, yes. But as far as Jersey Devil, there are some ghost stories where it's like there's no way that this is possible, but it's just fun to believe.
Right, exactly.
I don't know. Maybe there is like some creature living in the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, and why not?
Why not?
There. Feel your fantasy.
Anyways, Paul, smash or pass? Benjamin Franklin.
Pass. He was ugly. Benjamin Franklin, ugly.
But you know, he was
He was what?
He was kinky motherfucker.
How do you know?
Look at his Wikipedia page.
What's on his Wikipedia page, dude?
He was a member of like a sex club when he was living in London.
Was he?
Yes, the Hellfire Club.
The Hellfire Club.
I think it was called the Hellfire Club.
I'm gonna have to look into that. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Not our good old Ben.
Kinky.
Oh my god.
Kinky boy.
He discovered electricity and he's like putting electricity in the hearts of people with his kinkiness.
Yeah, he didn't tell you that like he strapped the guide in the key to his... Never mind.
Oh my god! He had the key on his nipples! Oh my god! I'm calling the police. You're canceled. This is done. I'm going home.
You are home.
Yes, because this podcast is my home.
I'm sure I just ran Paul out of his house. Weak motherfucker. On that note, Paul, anything for the greater good?
No, I enjoyed talking about the Jersey Devil and the cast of Jersey Shore and just everything that comes along with it. It was a fun episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want more information about the Jersey Shore, I'm pretty sure about the Jersey Devil. If you want more information about the Jersey Devil, I'm sure the Animal Planet still has plenty of documentaries. If you want more information about the Jersey Shore, you can call me or my mother. We love those shows.
Please remember to give us that 5-star wherever you listen. Like, subscribe, comment. Please follow us on all the social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Crips and Corks, on X at Crips and Corks, on Instagram at Crips and Corks Pod, or on TikTok at Crips and Corks Pod. If you would like to share with us some story suggestions, or
share. Would you like to share?
If you would, Jesus Christ. If you have story suggestions or personal stories, please feel free to email us. Our email is cripsandcorks@gmail.com. If you would like to follow me, you can find me at Share.
It's just...
Paul, where can they find you?
You can find me at my Instagram at Paulember, Paulember, or my TikTok at Paulember, Paulember.
And remember, watch where you're walking. Keep your crips tight.
And your corks loose. Bye.
Fuck you, that was a pastrami on rye.
Jeez.